So, today we're diving into a really personal and pretty moving story. We're going to unpack the personal account of one individual to try and understand the events that have shaped his life, giving us this rare window into what happens when a family is pushed to the absolute brink. And let's just start with his own words. You see, he frames his entire experience around two pivotal, and as he puts it, dangerous events. It's like they're the two acts in the play of his life right now, the before and the after. So this is the story of Gobal Krishnan V, a 31-year-old man from Chennai. And what makes this so powerful is that it's all happening in a culture where family and tradition are, everything. They're supposed to be the bedrock of society. So when those bonds start to crack, it's just, it's profound. What we're really looking at here are some huge themes, right? You've got this explosive clash of beliefs, this heavy, heavy weight of family duty, and this deep, painful feeling of being all alone. And the craziest part? It's all happening under the very same roof. Okay, so let's look at that first event. This is the first major turning point he talks about, and it's all rooted in him pushing back against his family's deeply held Hindu faith. It's really this collision, isn't it? A modern, sort of individualistic mindset slamming right into generations of tradition. Right from the start, he makes his anti-religious stance incredibly clear. For him, religion isn't about comfort or peace. No, he sees it as a form of cheating, something that has actively spoiled his life. And it's this core belief that just sets the stage for a really violent confrontation with his mother, Vasugi. And you can see here just how fast things went from bad to worse. So according to him, it all starts with a request to go to a temple. He refuses, things get heated, and then his mother apparently strikes him with a bag with some kind of rod object inside. And in what he describes as self-defense, he kicks her back. You have to imagine this scene. His father and brother are right there watching this whole painful thing unfold. Now, the second event, it's not some big, explosive moment like the first one. Oh no, this is more like a slow burn. A constant, grinding tension that comes from him being financially dependent on his parents. And that kind of pressure, it just eats away at relationships from the inside out. 8 months. That's how long he says he's been unemployed. And 8 months, that's a long time. It's not just a number on a page, it's the entire context for everything that follows. It's why he has to rely on his parents for literally everything: food, a place to sleep. And you can just imagine what that kind of loss of independence does to a person. It's got to be devastating. And this right here highlights such a clear clash of worldviews. For him, using a ration card for free food is a matter of principle. It's like admitting defeat, and that's something he just can't bring himself to do. But for his family, you can imagine they're probably just thinking, hey, we need to eat. It's just practical. And that gap, that disconnect, it just becomes another thing to fight about. So all this financial pressure, this feeling that he's just a burden, it leads to what he sees as this fundamental shift in how his family treats him. For him, the very idea of what home means starts to completely change. And then he says his mom just tells him, go out from home. And get this, it's not the first time. He says it's happened before, and it's always tied back to one thing: him not having a job. It just turns what should be a sanctuary into a place where his welcome is totally conditional. It gets so explicit. Suddenly, being in his own house isn't about family or love anymore. It's about debt. Every single thing he uses, every meal he eats, is being put on a tab. A bill that he has to pay back the second he gets a job. And what's so incredible about his response is that he doesn't fight it. He just accepts these new transactional terms. He basically says, fine, I'll only drink water, and I'll pay you back for that water. And I'll pay you rent for the space I take up. He literally reduces his own existence down to the bare minimum to meet their terms. So after all this, after the physical fight over religion and the crushing psychological weight of being in debt to his own parents, where does that leave him? What does his life even look like now? Well, he's still living there, physically, but emotionally, he might as well be a stranger, just a tenant renting a room. Every single conversation, every interaction is now seen through this lens of money, of what he owes them. And that creates this deep, profound loneliness right in the one place on earth you're supposed to feel like you belong. And this quote, man, this just sums it all up. He says, even I, living with my family members, it not look family, only money need for life. It's just a heartbreaking summary. For him,
The whole idea of family is gone. It's been totally replaced by money.
This entire story, this testimony from Gobal Krishnan V, it really leaves us with a huge, lingering question, doesn't it? It makes you wonder. When you push the bonds of family with conflicts over belief and you add the immense pressure of money and dependence, what's left? At what point do those bonds finally break?